Welcome back to another one. It's your boy Smooth Gamer, and today we're gonna be talking a little bit about the Asus ROG Ally. And let me tell you one thing before we start. This game console is amazing. True enough, I am a Legion Go owner, and I do play on Legion Go exclusively. However, I got an Ally too, and let me tell you one thing. I do find myself enjoying the features that are built into this gaming system, how it operates, overall performance, and the screen is absolutely beautiful. The sound is amazing. Now, there's times when I play this game and I'm playing it with my wife and I play on my Legion Go, and then there's times where we're playing the same game, and sometimes I can hear things on her speakers in her game that I couldn't hear in Legion Go. So I'm gonna just tell you right now, with the fact the Ally does have a beautiful sound system installed into their gaming system. And true enough, while they do have a smaller screen, I'm going to tell you like this. Their smaller screen makes up for it with the resolution that it has on it. And normally when I do my recordings with the Legion Go, I kind of have to, say, hey, this phone, the way the camera is set up, it's not really doing any justice for the Legion Go screen because it looks kind of fuzzy. But when we right here with the Ally, you can see through my phone's camera that even there that it has a resilient picture of you, because this thing is amazing, especially when you see it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And the feel of holding this game system is such a lightweight game system, but man, it packs a punch. I don't want the community of the handheld PC console gamers to sleep on the Ally. Now, true enough, this is the Z1 Extreme model right here. However, man, let me tell you something. When it comes to performance and those things, I'm not going to sit here and say that, Ally is better than Legion Go and Legion Go is better than Ally. I'm just going to say, man, look, it's situational. Sometimes you're going to have better gameplay on either of the systems, and there's no real way to tell unless you have both of them. You know what I'm saying? So that from your own experience. However, don't get me wrong, my main primary console is the Legion Go, and I do play primarily on that system. But as far as playing on the Ally, I also play on this, and I do have some experience with them putting in time with it. It's very easy to launch games because it has the same Windows UI, so I can easily navigate these things. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to own a Legion Go or Ally. You can just, virtually plug these things in, download whatever you're going to download after you do your little updates and things like that, and then it's just a play. You just play. You know what I'm saying? You load your games through certain launchers, which are equipped into these. But the buttons on here, I mean, being a Legion Go owner and playing with the R2 and L2 buttons, those feel a little loose. They don't really have a lot of resistance to them. However, on the ROG Ally, when you pull the back triggers, man, it feels resistant and it feel like you're doing something, and it's very responsive. I mean, honestly, I can see why people would like both systems, or even owning both systems, I think is a great thing too, because This is more portable and more lightweight to hold. It's more sleek. It's got a high resolution screen. I mean, this thing is amazing. I've heard a lot of good and bad things about, all the handheld systems out right now. However, I just feel like that's something that can be overlooked. There's a lot of praise going on for the Allies team that's been constantly working on new updates and things of that nature, you know. So, I mean, all in all, I'm going to say this is a really well tuned machine right here. And I've been enjoying playing on the Legion Go and the ROG Ally. Let's see here. I'm over here looking through some. Oh, okay. I'm just looking through some little playthrough right here, trying to see. Let's see. We can do this little easy, little ruins mission. So really, when it comes down to it, man, this is a great choice, man. You can't go wrong with a handheld system like this. I'm actually behind the ROG Ally, especially the Z1 Extreme version for sure. You always want the best performance that you can buy. Don't short yourself by ending up buying the one without the Z1 Extreme chip in it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't recommend that. If you're gonna invest in a handheld console, you might as well go all in. You feel me? Don't short yourself, because having one of the best processors is one of the more important things when it comes to fluid gameplay. I had a couple of situations where I was playing on my handheld system and I ended up losing connection and things of that nature, and my wife was still playing her game. She had no problem at all. So like I said, it's a big in the middle bridge where you end up learning, and you end up seeing like the real main core differences when you play, and especially when you have both systems to see how they both perform and things of that nature. So I know people who only have the ROG Ally, and I know some people who only got the Legion Go. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it really comes down to preference. And I'm gonna tell you like this, man. This game is fluid. Like, it's so easy to play. This is a high demanding game right here. This is Tower of Fantasy. I've been playing this game a lot, and it's really important that I do play a game like this, because these games demand a lot of resources from your GPU and your CPU. And it's better to display a game that has to work harder, so that way you can see if there's any stuttering or lagging or anything like that. And as you can see, I'm not having no problems in gameplay. I'm telling you, man, this thing is amazing. I've been loving, just like whenever I play the game with my wife or something like that, and I gotta help her out and do some crazy hardcore missions and stuff, I don't mind, because the controls feel great. The gameplay is just smooth as ever, Now, you do have some games that are a little bit more demanding, but I mean, come on, man. You got to push the limits of your system. You got to know what your system is. You got to know what it can do. You got to know the right settings sometimes. And you just got to just play with them. Some people go in with their default settings and they never change anything around, and they wonder why their games aren't running well. Well, you got to trial and error. That's all I can say. And it all gets better through time. This is the future right here. This is next gen gaming, and it is such a beautiful place to be right now. Now, when I owned my Xbox Series X, and I was like, okay, yeah, we got new gen gaming, and I went into there, and only to realize I was playing last gen games on my next gen game console. That's okay, because that's what I'm even doing on my Legion Go and my Ally also. However, it just didn't feel next gen. It didn't feel like the next new thing. However, having Legion Go, having a ROG Ally, and you play these games and you in your handheld and you chilling, you at home, you ain't, you just laying back or you traveling. I mean, you really gonna get that next gen feeling connection. You know what I'm saying? So I highly recommend this system to anybody out there who is looking into the market to get into a next gen console, or you want to play PC games, you want to play some console games, you know what I'm saying? You want to stream, all those things are here. That's all I do is stream off my handheld and I shoot it right to YouTube. It's great. Like the tools and the features that you can do on here, this is more than just a gaming console. And you have to keep that in mind. You can do so much more, Me, on the other hand, of course, I'm going to stick to the roots and I'm going to play games on my console and not really download too much like malwares and, programs and all of that stuff that could be linked to viruses or whatever the case may be. I don't know. I'm not going to take a chance. I'm just going to play video games and, just be able to play PC games on a handheld console. What we got going on here? I don't know, but I don't want to turn this into a super long stream. I just want to say that I've been enjoying playing on the ROG Ally. This thing is amazing. It feels great to just these controls, man. The way they did these controls are amazing. I love the way they feel. I also own some of the best controllers in the game right now. You feel me? The Xbox Elite Series and Core controller. So I know what it feels like to have a good controller, high quality in your hand. This ROG Ally just feels high quality. It doesn't feel cheaply made or tossed together. I've seen a lot of people complain about a lot of different things on this system, but I mean, honestly, that's just preference, man. That's what it really comes down to. It got the 2 back buttons on the back, and you can assign those to things. Here's the fans at the top, so you got to make sure you don't overheat your system by making sure those are blocked or anything. But all in all, I've had a great time playing on this handheld system. And even though I've played a lot more on Legion Go, every time I put this in my hands, it just feels right. You know what I'm saying? It is a lot thinner and sleeker. So if you needed to have a little bit more bulk for like larger hands, which I have larger hands, I would definitely suggest getting a case to go around this. Maybe a silicone case or something like that, so you get some good grips on it. But when it comes to, gameplay, I'm gonna give this thing a 10 out of 10. When it comes to its sound and its video, 10 out of 10, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? So thank you guys for tuning in. It's your boy Smooth Gamer coming at you with another one. Peace.